See me? I can't hear you.
I can't hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
I can't hear you now.
Nothing?
That now I can hear you.
That's weird.
I don't know what happened.
All right.
And now we got to make this extra quick. I was charging my phone, but I was charging through my laptop, so it's only at 53%.
All right. We'll make it work.
Oh, yeah.
Well, nonetheless, we're finally back.
Yeah. Yes, we are.
How many months has it been? 5?
Yeah. What was the last video about? I forget.
Last video was
how long.
August, which was a special one that we never uploaded.
Oh yeah.
And you went off to Temple.
Yeah.
So you haven't been able to do these. And finally, we're back.
Yep.
Back at it. Understated.
And now I forget the episode number.
Oh, we got to be like 30 something.
Yeah, 30 something. So
been doing, yeah. Look, guys,
we're doing it differently this time because proximity. I mean, we're in different areas now, so
we're in different areas, and we thought, we could make it work. With Ken's schedule being away, but we just couldn't. So this is our new format for the time being, and you'll still get the same quality of information from us. Yeah, let's go all this boring shit. Let's get into it.
Yeah. All right. So what's the first thing you want to talk about?
Artist predictions 2020. Who's gonna have the biggest share? I think we should go back and talk about if any of our predictions were right for 2019. Because I know I wasn't right. 2019 was a weird year. I thought 2019 in terms of it sucked.
2019 was terrible in terms of music. What I like to describe it as, 2019 was just full of songs that would just be here today and gone tomorrow. Well, not literally gone tomorrow. I'm talking about more songs that were just built for the charts. They're not there. It's not. Sure, it's an impact, but it's more. I would say more for the radio, clubs, party music. I would say 2019 was more for like party music.
Actually, the reason why I'm gonna insert here my own point of view, because some people will just be like, oh, well, that's how it's always been. That's what pop is. No, it's like this. We're talking like there's the microwave era, microwave music, and this is like super microwave. This last year was the era of TikTok. Yeah. It was the year of TikTok, literally, and it was the year of TikTok, literally, and that has been pervasive. It's like this platform in particular, has allowed for music to just zoom by and come from places that it wouldn't normally come from, and everybody's trying to chase that kind of success.
Yeah.
No, stop sending me messages, bros. Oh, that's a message.
I'm gonna have to put it on Do Not Disturb.
Yeah.
Hold up, everybody.
That's a message I'm gonna want to check out later, though.
All right. I put mine on Do Not Disturb. Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. It's not. We didn't get a really good cohesive project this year, 2019.
Yeah.
Nothing where it's.
I'm gonna argue that in a second, and you're gonna be like, where is this coming from? I don't believe it, but I'm gonna shout her out. Go ahead, say your point.
But yeah, no, that pretty much was my point. Like I don't really have much to say. Like my favorite projects were I really liked them, but I felt like in terms of years like 2017 that had a lot of projects that came out. It wouldn't my favorite project that's dropped this year wouldn't be in the same list if it came out in 2017. So
before we go any further, let's talk about who were the biggest artists of 2019 that's come out. So you have DaBaby. And when I mention this, I know these artists existed before 2019. I'm just saying that they had the biggest years. So the biggest year in terms of blowing up. So you have the baby, you have Meg The Stallion, you have Lil Nas X, who you can't forget. You had Doja Cat. You had who else?
Doja Cat, I don't add.
Uh,
I don't add Doja Cat yet.
why?
She's not there yet, bro.
But she had a huge year. It's like it was her
Bro,
coming out year.
what she had was all right. Yeah, I get. All right, I guess I'll give it to you.
Who
I
else?
wouldn't counter.
Roddy, like I said, you had Roddy Rich. You had come on, anybody? Anyone you can think of?
So
Oh yeah, Lizzo. Lizzo, interestingly enough, had a big year, even though she's been around for quite some time. Um, you had a bunch of people, but I don't. None of them stands out to me as somebody. They'll be around. I just don't know what impact they'll have. And
yeah,
not everybody, and that's the thing about it. You have to be fair. Not everybody has to have a huge impact in the industry. It's just their time,
yeah,
you know.
I agree with that. But
It's
at the same time, people will feel like that's a knock. You know what I mean? People will feel like that's a jab or
the reality is you're here
and
for good.
the reality is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Is that I think Roddy Rich the Box is his peak.
You think so?
I think that's his peak.
Mention that to me.
I think that's his peak song. I don't think he's gonna get another song as big as Box.
Maybe. I don't know.
Like the baby, I think he has another one.
You think so?
I could see him having another one. Like I don't see Roddy Rich having another one like that. That's just me. That's just me. I think he reached his peak already.
I think it's way too early to tell, especially with the box being what it was. The box is the box literally reminds me of TikTok in the sense that its fame is not that the song is bad. It's not. It's that it's part of meme culture. It's the beat, that caught on. A lot of people started posting it and making jokes based off of the beat, and that's how it became mainstream. Because I don't think it was originally pegged. I don't know. I don't think it was originally pegged to be the next single for his from his album. It may have been, but nonetheless, it's very much helped by all of the social media. I guess the social media exposure that's brought to the song. So I don't know. I don't know if it's his peak because I liked his last single, "Ballin'." I thought it was cool, and I haven't gotten a chance to listen to.
But that wasn't his song.
But
that wasn't his song though.
That's not it. It was on DJ Mustard's project, but it's like for all intents and purposes, everybody knows it as Roddy Ricch. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like saying the one that we like by Nipsey Hussle isn't. It's a DJ Mustard song.
Nah, but it's still though, it like the accolades still have to go to DJ Mustard. Still, it's just by default. Like you have.
It's on a technical level, yes, but on a regular scale, if you ask people who sang that song, they're not gonna say it's DJ Mustard. They're gonna say it's Roddy Ricch.
Yeah, I guess.
There's technical and then there's real world.
I don't count that though. You have to I don't count that. I don't count that because if you have to look at it this way, if that song wouldn't have been created, obviously you say that. Hold on, let me just say it and then see.
Go ahead.
DJ Mustard wasn't all right. Producers formulate the whole song. That song wouldn't have been created if it wasn't for DJ Mustard.
I understand.
So and because it's his project, DJ Mustard's project. That's why I count it as a DJ Mustard song instead of Roddy Ricch picking the producer and going, yo, I want to work with him. I want to use that beat, whatever, and then him creating the song. The DJ Mustard, I felt like because it was his album, his project, that's why he deserves the credit for the song. Like when a DJ creates a song like DJ Khaled, when they create projects, even though obviously it's the person who sings it and raps over it, it's their song. In this circumstance, it's his song. It's still his song. Like just like with the Metro Boomin project.
I agree with you on a technical level, yes. But when people are typing in Wild Thoughts, they ain't typing in DJ Khaled Wild Thoughts. They're typing in either
Wild Thoughts.
Or they're typing in Rihanna Wild Thoughts. Nobody's typing in DJ Khaled.
I get that, but still,
that's why
to me that's why I don't count Ballin' as a song.
Okay.
That's why I don't count it.
Fair enough.
He is. But yeah.
So based on this, because our projections were blown out the window from last year. You know, I had Kid Cudi thinking that he was going to come out with an album. I thought Childish was going to come out with an album. Both didn't. You had said Chris Brown, you thought was going to have the biggest year. I had completely disregarded that idea, and I think he definitely had a huge year. The breakout star of 2019 goes back to my point about it being a TikTok era, came literally from TikTok and social media, which is Lil Nas X. I don't think anybody predicted that.
Yeah, you couldn't. You couldn't predict it.
I don't think anybody predicted that coming. So it's a matter of, I don't know if we could even make a prediction about 2020 because the same thing could happen again.
Yeah. Who knows?
It's really up in the air. And you're just going to have to hope that the people that are around, that are in the industry, that has the ears of people in general, can come correct in 2020 with better projects. Stick. And going back to my point that I was going to mention an artist, you said that they didn't have a cohesive album. Surprisingly, guess who I listened to recently?
Ari Lennox.
Album in 2019. No, not Ari Lennox. Tinashe.
Oh, Tinashe?
I will say, without bias, the album's pretty good. I'm not going to lie. It's one of those albums that you literally can just drive to and listen to. And it's just like, it has very different sounds. It doesn't sound overly manufactured like the way that the industry has it. There's something about it. I can't put my finger on it, but I'm a big fan of trying to root for Tinashe, and I was pleasantly surprised by the album. I would highly recommend it.
I'll try. I don't know, man. I was never wowed by her voice.
I would try listening to this album. No biases, just listen to it. I thought for a project, it's solid. So I'm not saying it's the greatest project. It's just knowing all of the trouble that she dealt with last year with the label getting dropped from the label, rents not popping off the way that it did. She actually produced an album that I thought was pretty decent, and I'm gonna give her shout outs here. I think that she definitely deserves it.
Yeah. All right. Last two. We were talking about last week. GoldLink. I felt like his album should have gotten more praise. Diaspora. We did a video on it.
We did a video on that. We don't know what's gonna happen with GoldLink because of his out of music antics. Well,
yeah,
out of the Mac Miller thing. I don't know. I don't know how
that was stupid of him. But putting that aside, his album was definitely one of the best in 2019. It should have gotten more radio play. I think it was just because the reach. It was definitely the reach why people didn't get to hear it. So. Yeah, definitely check it out. I thought that was the more impressive albums of 2019.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You know whose album I'm not feeling that much?
Who?
Malone's.
Who?
Post Malone's, the Hollywood Bleeding album.
Oh, yeah, it sounded the same.
I'm disappointed by that.
To me, it sounded the same. It's other, like, Circles. I don't know that much, but I always know from based off of Akil, I could gauge. Because I've listened to, like, I would say most of the songs from his 2 albums before.
Yeah.
And I would say his first album it was his first album because it was cool, different. He was definitely figuring out his sound. Then his second one, he started experimenting, which was good.
Mhm.
But then this one, I felt like it's just sounded the same. I don't know.
Okay.
It sounded more formula, not in terms of like it sounded like his type of formula.
Yeah.
That's just me though. But I don't know that. I don't listen to Post Malone like that. So
yeah, I don't think it really pushed the envelope. I know it sold well, and you know, we always talk about the issues between something selling well and the quality of that product. And I guess time will tell, but he came out with good singles for this album, the Hollywood Bleeding album. But as a whole, as an album as a whole, I wasn't wowed by it. So that was disappointing.
yeah,
Especially you knowing me, I was never the biggest Post Malone fan in the first place. And I thought you know, with the singles from from this album, I would become more of a fan. It just didn't happen. So
yeah.
I guess I was right. So yeah, what else? What else?
Thing. What's it called? So pretty sure everyone knows this. Going back to Roddy Ricch, it started with Justin Bieber technically. So Yummy came out,
Yes.
and then there's a quick just paraphrase summary of the whole situation that's going on. So Roddy Ricch, Box is blowing up. His album is blowing up too. It's #1. And then Justin Bieber comes out with his first single of the year. It's to show off that he's coming out with an album. It's called Yummy. So then Yummy comes out, and then all of a sudden Roddy Ricch just tweets, stream Yummy by Justin Bieber. So then I found that weird. Then Box still beat that week. Box still beat Yummy. Then all of a sudden Selena Gomez makes a video all of a sudden saying, oh, I don't really, she makes some BS excuse, honestly, because I really read it and then watched the video.
Her words were that I'm a person that doesn't really care about the numbers, but this is something I've always dreamed about, going #1, and it would be really great if you guys could stream I think it was either the song or the album, I can't remember. And it's like, yeah, it would be really great, but you guys know, again, I don't really care about the numbers. And then she comes out with a video a few days later where she's actually filming herself going to different stores and buying physical copies of her album to help her go #1.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
bro, it's breaking the code. Period. It's breaking.
Yeah.
I can't co-sign those kinds of activities.
And then Roddy Ricch did the same thing, saying stream that song.
Yeah, I think he said stream it after, it was around the time that she made the first video. So it was somewhere between the first and the second video that he had tweeted that. And you and I were talking, and you think that to some degree this is a ploy. Roddy Ricch,
I don't know what it is. I don't know why all three of them just came out and just like I don't know, something just off to me with this.
All right, go into that. What are you thinking is this sinister?
I don't know, maybe because it's Grammy season.
Okay.
Something to build up before, some type of impact, I don't know, or marketing ploy that the labels are creating. I really don't know. Or Roddy Ricch could be doing the smart thing, like a chess move, where it's like, yo, I had the #1 album, and I don't know. I kind of feel like he's inviting like smoke, but he's got a backup plan where if he loses, it's like, yo, I told people to do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like a shield.
Yeah.
So it's a strategy. I don't know, but Selena Gomez, I don't know what she doing all of a sudden. I find it weird that she just coming out of nowhere. So maybe this year she could be trying to push for numbers. This was just her start. So I don't know. Maybe Selena Gomez is trying to open up her market. I don't know. But I tried looking up stuff, tried looking up, obviously, I couldn't look up. Why is everyone doing this, obviously? But I was trying to look up, like, Grammy stuff, their labels, the connections in between. Really couldn't find that much stuff. But I don't know. I just find it odd that Selena Gomez comes out of nowhere. It was just a really bad excuse, too. It was like, oh, I don't really care about going number one, but yeah, let's go. When she's had, like, at least I get it, number 5 is not number one, but she's had a lot of high charting songs. It's like, what made you want to get number one now? There's always has to be a reason why you wanted to go number one now, this far into your career.
Yeah, that's
you know what I mean. So,
and I just want to bring attention to the main issue with this problem is the whole breaking the code thing. It's very frowned upon, or it has been very frowned upon when labels were discovered trying to help their artists during their first week of sales by actually going and physically purchasing those copies of those artist albums. Or, when we see videos of, like, people trying to, like, hooking up different phones to stream an album so that it becomes number one, because it's an unfair practice. It's not true to the numbers don't reflect reality. You're fudging the numbers. And seeing Selena Gomez go out of her way to buy physical copies of her album so that it goes number one, it is in essence cheating. It's like, those numbers are supposed to be a reflection of the people, the individuals that go and buy your music. And the association is that they like you, they're fans of you, and they're going and buy your stuff. When you're going and buy the copies of the albums yourself, you're automatically messing with it because it's a conflict of interest. There's no ifs, ands, or about it. It's like, you can't do that. And it's like, when your competition isn't doing the same, then it makes your win cheap. So you see that they posted something about Selena Gomez going number one. It's like, well, now that I've seen what she's done, and that's only what I've seen, I don't even know what else she's done. And knowing that nothing has come out, that Roddy Ricch is trying to fudge the numbers, it makes me look at Selena Gomez and her team. I'm like, well, can you really call this a win?
Yeah. And like I said, well, no, I didn't say this. But look at it this way. You always got to pick up the clues and find something. There's always something off. Why would she film this? People do film videos of them buying albums the first week, but it's only like a few. Why would she just be going around, like, literally physically showing herself buying a ton of albums to go number one after the fact, where she was like, yo, can you really help me go number one? Like, that should have been it.
Yeah. No, and now that I think about it, you could be right. It could be employed by all three.
Because it's like, why does she need this so far into her career? I remember when J. Cole, the video with J. Cole buying his albums, that was when it was like his second album, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why? It would look funny if J. Cole was trying to do that, like, now. You know what I mean? When he's established. Like, Selena Gomez is established. Roddy Ricch isn't really established. He's now getting established. He's still a newer artist to the mainstream. Selena Gomez is not a new artist to the mainstream, bro.
Yeah.
Get your Wizards of Waverly Place. Like, get your ass out of here, bro. This is not an authentic dub. Yeah. It's not. Like, that's some really... it's whack how she did that. Like, it's just whack, and something's off. There's more at play here. I feel like she's trying to push something this year.
If we were to run with your theory about something being off here, the only way that I could see this being a real plot that works out for everybody, it's so Justin Bieber tweets to all of his people and puts it out there on social media to help his song go number one in competition with Roddy Ricch's The Box.
But that was only because of he didn't intentionally do that. It was only because Roddy Ricch did that all of a sudden. He told
Justin Bieber like had put out a whole thing about how to help him go #1.
Yeah, but it was after the fact that Roddy Ricch that's why I find that weird too.
Okay.
It was like Justin Bieber just dropped the song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden Roddy Ricch tells people to stream his song.
Okay. Well, because
Justin Bieber didn't want that.
All right. Well, then this is how I see this playing out. It's beneficial for all parties because all three are in competition with one another. And social media, the way that it is, it brings attention to the fact that all three songs are in competition with one another, causing people to listen to all three songs. And, you know, each respective camp trying to get their artist to be #1 is going to listen to all three of these songs more and more. And this helps all three songs in the long run.
Yeah.
But I still don't, there's still a level of underhandedness in it, you know, where as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to Roddy Ricch, if he is innocent in all of this, it's like, okay, so you're being altruistic and saying, stream these songs. Yet the artists that you're telling everybody songs to stream are going out of their way to make sure that you're not #1.
Yeah.
That really doesn't jive well in my mind. I'm like, well, why is that? Why is it that the person that is trying to help everyone out, the people that he's trying to help out isn't trying to do the same? They're looking out for their own interests. So, and there hasn't been word from Roddy Ricch about what they're doing. So all this is speculation, but you see the actions and it begs the question, well, why the hell is this happening?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It could be a science experiment, man.
Could be a science experiment. All I know is people's breaking codes out here.
Yeah. That's what it is. Selena Gomez, you're wrong for that. You're really wrong. I hope you know that, but you won't, because you got a #1 spot. And shit, if I got a #1 spot, I would have forgot what I've done. Yeah, well, I would have said, I put my blood, sweat, and tears into going out in my car, recording myself, and buying all those projects. Like,
yeah, and then you're gonna have that support on these platforms, of course, because of the era that we live in. It's like, well, she's #1. What does it matter? Like, it sucks that the other person isn't #1, but she hit #1 because, you know, a lot of things, the way that social media, I think, portrays things is that the ends always justify the means, and that's a very slippery slope.
Yeah.
It's especially when it comes to music practices, it's a slippery slope, because now what happens in the future if other labels and other artists try to employ these kind of tactics, it makes the playing field unbalanced. What happens when you have a label or an artist willing to put in way more money than Selena Gomez ever did into making sure their album goes #1? What are you gonna say?
Yeah.
So these are things to pay attention to about what's happening.
Yeah, this is the problem when everything's about numbers. People think way too much about numbers. Like I said, it's something you can't ignore, and you shouldn't ignore, because that is a good criteria to pick who's better than one person or the other in a certain type of music category. But to say that's the end all be all, or that weighs more than something else in determining who's better, that's wrong. The numbers is part of it, but it's not a big part. It's equal. I would say a little less than equal, but it's still up there.
Say that last part again. It's still up there.
Wait, what happened?
Say that last part again. It's still up there. I got a beep.
Oh, yeah. No, I was saying just numbers. That's the problem when people focus too much on the numbers. Numbers it's not the biggest thing. You still need other things to determine who's better. That's not the end all be all. Whoever sold the most, that doesn't mean it's the best record or he's the best of all time.
Yeah.
So that's the problem with numbers.
I agree. So this is what we're gonna do for this video. We're gonna edit it so that this part is the first part, and prediction comes second.
Okay.
Yeah. First, we're going to talk about the Roddy Ricch, Selena Gomez, Justin Bieber situation, especially in terms of trying to go number one. The next, we're going to talk about artist predictions of 2020 and in comparison to the artists of 2019.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Bet.
And then, okay, so now what's the last topic to kind of, I don't know.
I think that's it.
What's there to keep up? Grammys next week?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I'll watch to watch.
Yeah, Grammys is painful to watch, bro.
I think we did talk about the Grammys last year.
Yeah, we always do. It's something everyone does because it's just something to talk about.
Yeah.
But
We'll have a bit more information to talk about next week. We'll talk about the nominees. We hope to win. Like I said, I wasn't too impressed with 2019, so there's nobody I really hope.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just hoping for a better year in music, 2020. A lot of projects dropped. We listened to a lot of different things. I just wasn't. Nothing stuck with me, and that could just be a sign of the times, or it could be a sign of the music in general.
Yeah.
It's not sticking. It's not hitting.
Yeah.
And he hits for a short amount of time, and then it just, you don't remember it. So here's to a better year.
Yep. Here's the better year, man. Please. Come on, Kendrick. Drop something. Someone drop something.
People to look forward to dropping stuff this year, actually.
Huh?
We have a lot of people dropping stuff.
Yeah, Kid Cudi's dropping something.
Yeah, a lot of people.
So, yeah.
That year. You think What a Time to Be Alive 2 is really a thing? You think it's really coming out?
Nah.
No.
I don't care for it either way.
Yeah. Life is Good is growing on me. I can tolerate it if I'm not watching the video.
I
If I just hear it, I won't.
I liked War better. But that's just me.
Yeah, that's all right. But yeah, the Life is Good is like the first official song of 2020 that I've listened to that's brand new. And yeah, that
All
one.
right, bud.
All right, man. Well, of course, it was good seeing you. So
Yep.
yeah, let's keep this going, man. We haven't dropped anything. It could have been much further along if we had kept with it.
Yeah, we would have been on episode like 50 or something.
Yeah, definitely. But we'll definitely hit this year, 2020. We got more stuff in store for you guys. We're back at it. Not dropping the ball this time around.
Yeah, hopefully.
School getting in the way, bro. Yeah, Ken, you still there?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm still there. Oh, yeah. I think it's a little delayed, but yeah. All right, bet. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching another episode of Understated, and we'll see you guys in a little bit.
We didn't introduce ourselves. This is how much we're fucking up the intro.
Oh, now we can't introduce ourselves now, so.
All right. Lead us off. Just say what's your name, bro.
All right. So, now we gotta cut that part. All right. So you already know I'm Ken Wall.
It's your boy Deja Wonder.
You guys just finished another episode of Understated. I hope to see you guys soon. Peace.
All right.
Rusty, man. That was real.